What's up, guys? It is Monday, September 9th, 2024, MMAOB Daily Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin, and I'm joined by my co-host here, Mr. Big Marcel. We're going to be recapping UFC Vegas 97, Burns Brady, and we have a few other things to talk about today. We got Contender Series, Bellator, and then we're going to do a second podcast, which is going to be the really big one that I think a lot of you guys are going to want to hear. It's the UFC 306, Noche UFC. I'm just going to call it through UFC 306, by the way, Marcel. Like, I don't even know this whole Riyadh season. What's the official name even?
Riyadh season to Noche UFC or something.
Riyadh UFC 306 Riyadh season Noche UFC. I mean, it's just complicated. I'm just going to call it 306 O'Malley versus Tavalishvili. So that's what I'm calling it. But that's the second half of the podcast. The first half, we're going to recap UFC Vegas 97. Let's get some comments here. Joe is always in the chat. Joe, your Eagles won, man, in Brazil too, which was a big win for them. So it's awesome. Glenn, glad to have you here, Glenn. Always appreciate you, man. We want more announcements. I don't know if Marcel can break anything on the show, but he did post a few. Huh?
Do you know that Whitney Houston song? I have nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, Marcel won last night anyways. Tim Means announced a fight, right, with Court McGee.
Yeah, it's not my breaking, okay. But Tim Means announced it, yeah.
Yeah, I know so let me ask you a question, actually. This is a good question to ask. Yeah. He posted it. He posted the bout agreement. Do you actually have to confirm with Court McGee in that case?
Well, give me a second. I wasn't paying attention. Can you say
okay. So Tim Means posted the bout announcement, like the bout agreement. Do you actually have to talk to Court McGee's side and be like, is this real? Or is it you did? Really?
Yeah, because the thing is like it has to be signed from both sides, and obviously the UFC sent the contracts to both. But
fair enough. That's a good point. I was just curious because like I would have just ran with it, and I'm pretty sure most people would have just because Tim's a trustworthy guy. But
yeah,
I totally get what you're saying. I get what you're saying though. It makes sense. Like it does make sense.
That's the thing with how do you say that? I saw that after the fight night, after Brady Burns, he posted that, I think, and I got it out, I think, like yesterday, so it was not right after it, It's the same with Bernardo Sopai against Ricky Turcios one, that's been out from Saturday or Sunday as well, we'll have to wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack open a beer here, boys. I didn't have any this weekend. Only once a week. So here's my. Today's basically my Sunday, or my Saturday. I try not to drink when I'm watching the fights because I don't want to tweet anything stupid and then it gets posted on TV. That's not good. You know what I mean, Marcel? So I gotta watch out on Saturday nights, man.
Yeah.
Ray, what's up, man? When you call him MMA Guru? I think Marcel and MMA Guru are cool, I think.
Yeah, I have no problem with MMA Guru.
Unless he said something about Marcel, I don't know why he would. I mean, Marcel's a likable guy. What's up, FG? Glad to have you here, man. Anakin, what's up, man? Oh, yeah, if MMA Fighting posted, then it's official, right? Right, Marcel?
Oh, that's what Mike said. Listen, man, Mike.
No, Zach.
Oh, yeah, but Mike Heck said
Mike Heck,
yeah. Mike Heck is great, man. Mike Heck has been my colleague at the Loudmouth MMA podcast years ago, and he's went from there to MMA Fighting. One of the best guys in the business, man.
For sure. Marcel just mentioned these fights. What's up, Tristan? DJ retirement. Yeah. How old is DJ? He's got to be like what 37.
You know what? You know what had me laughing, man. All respect to DJ, but the thing is, like, Dana was like, I think he was in an interview by John Morgan, and he was like, I always was a fan of DJ. I always protected him and respected.
They traded him for Ben Askren.
I was like, dude, you were upset that he didn't want to go to bantamweight to challenge for the title to leave flyweight, So what the hell are we even talking about?
And again, only trade in MMA history, he traded Demetrius Johnson's contract for Ben Askren's contract. And you know what? Okay, obviously DJ is like the better fighter. I mean, obviously they were different weight classes, but DJ is one of the. I'll say this, like, I don't have him in like my top 5 personally. I know a lot of people do. I don't, Marcel, because I think as great as he was, I just think that some of the other fighters, I don't know, I put them in a higher caliber, but I do understand that a lot of people love this guy and they do think because pound for pound, he would be, one of the top guys because he was 125 and pretty much destroying everyone his weight. But there's no doubt that he's a great fighter. And Dana did say he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He did say that.
Thank God.
But I was going to say, as far as the trade goes, like,
Adam,
they did trade DJ and they lost the better fighter. But the thing is, like, the Ben Askren Masvidal fight, like that highlight.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I know, but it created one of the best highlights of all time.
Yeah, that's just coincidental, man. It's not. I don't really care. It's just coincidental. It could. I mean, do that fight 10 more times, and Ben Askren doesn't go knockout 9 more times. I think, but at least not that way. But I want to ask you, man. Top 4, your Mount Rushmore, MMA, not UFC, MMA.
Okay, one second, I'll answer it. But I was gonna say just really quick back to DJ. I actually did get to see him fight once in person in Toronto when he fought Joseph Benavidez. That was one of my first events covering an event as media. So I'm looking September 22nd, 2012. So it's 12 years ago. Crazy, man. Years go by fast. But I picked DJ to win that fight. He was an underdog. And I remember we were in, I think it was the media room or something, but Matt Hume was there. And I talked to Matt Hume and I was like, your boy is a dog. Like, are you kidding me? I'm putting money on him. And he's like, you should. He's like, he's definitely going to win the belt. And at the time, Joseph Benavidez was like this killer that everyone thought would destroy him, and DJ won. And it's crazy, right? Most people thought what DJ did, Benavidez was going to do in that division.
I thought it was a close fight. Yeah,
it was close. And then they had the rematch. He knocked him out, right? So he's quite good. Anyways, that's what I was going to say. As far as the top 4,
Adam, one more thing before you start top 4. Do you think DJ should have been in the final?
I thought Ian McCall won the first fight.
Yeah, I think so too.
Their scorecards, and then
they didn't went to a sort of victory round, right?
Yeah, they would have went to a 4th round, and then they did the rematch, and he won. So
yeah, he won the rematch for sure.
That's the thing. But I thought the first fight, Uncle Creepy won. By the way, Uncle Creepy, one of the best all-time nicknames with that mustache. Yeah. I don't know what happened to Ian McCall. I think how old is he? 40? He's only 40. Wow, I thought he was a lot older than that. I thought he'd be like 50 by now. But yeah, he kind of had a rough end to his career, obviously in Ryzen and everything. But anyways, getting back to your question, so Dana White did an interview today, I think, or maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember. It's on Twitter though. The clip's out there. So his Mount Rushmore was GSP, John Jones, Connor, and Ronda. So I mean, it's more like his Mount Rushmore of who made me the most money. Although Brock Lesnar would probably be there, right? For me, like actually, I'll tell you right now, guys, the Mount Rushmore argument in MMA, I think is quite easy. I'll tell you that right now because there's 3 guys that are automatics. GSP, John Jones, and Anderson Silva are automatically there. So it's just that 4th one, I think, is the one that you can kind of interchange. And I honestly, like, I don't really like her that much, but I think Ronda is not a bad pick if you have to pick a woman because she did change the sport. Then again, Amanda Nunes was more dominant, so like it's kind of iffy, right? Then you have Royce Gracie, who kind of made the sport what it was too. And then you have a bunch of other fighters that, for instance, like I love Chuck Liddell, I love Randy Couture. I think they could be there too. So that 4th one's a bit iffy. But, and then even Connor, honestly, you could include him there too. You could. But I just think you have to have Anderson Silva in there. So for me, like, it was surprising to hear Dana not bring up Anderson. I thought those first 3 were kind of, easy picks. What were we going to say?
So for me, there are 3 100%, and it's not Anderson Silva. For me, it's GSP, it's John Jones, and it's Fedor.
Oh, Fedor too. I was thinking UFC.
Yeah, I said MMA.
Okay, fair enough. Because I think it was the UFC.
Yeah, but we don't care about Dana
Fair
here.
enough. Yeah, Fedor would probably be on there to me too. Actually, he might be the 4th guy for me too. Yeah.
Fuck, I say Fedor, GSP, Anderson Silva, Jones. I think those 4. Yeah. And maybe I'm thinking about Aldo as well. I think Aldo deserves to be there as well. But same for DJ, man. There are a few people who deserve to be there.
Yeah.
And listen, man, the thing is, like, people will say, why don't you have Khabib on there with an undefeated record? The thing is, like, I think Khabib is one of the greats as well, but at the same time, he didn't have that many title defenses like these guys had, He didn't have the lot. He's fucking dominant, but he was dominant for a period where he was the champion, and also before that he was pretty dominant, but it was not the championship level he fought back then, And Jones had a long reign, Anderson had a long reign, GSP, Fedor, although Demetrius Johnson, so that's pretty much why. But I think Khabib should be. Listen, for me, Khabib went over BJ Penn because BJ Penn was first for me, the lightweight. So
yeah, someone in the chat mentioned Khabib. I mean,
29-0,
like it's a great record.
Sure.
I don't think he had enough title defenses to be included these other guys, personally. But there's no doubt he's one of the best fighters of all time. I mean, I think top 4 is just hard to, like, again, I think the top 3 are easy to pick. I really do, Marcel. Anderson Silva had 16 straight wins. He has the longest win streak of all time. No one's beaten his win streak. Like, Usman got close and still lost at the end, right, to Leon Edwards. So the fact that he got the 16 wins is hard to do. Anyways, let's get some comments here. Antoine, what's up, man? Glad to have you here. This guy doesn't like the trade, Ben Askren versus DJ. I mean, a lot of people didn't. Again, I think it worked out for the UFC in the end because they got that highlight. Justin, what's up, man? He says, happy to catch live, spend a month in Europe. Who's fought Marcel doing the fight? Dude, I don't know how he does it. Like, I've been to Europe a few times, Marcel, back in the day to watch Greece. Actually, Marcel. So this is like 2012. I was there for I was in Greece and I had to watch Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen 2. And it was obviously the most highly anticipated fight of the year. So I could not find, like, I tried to buy it and you couldn't buy it then. So
5 a.m.
12 years ago. So I think I found some streams somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I remember staying up to like 8 a.m. watching this shit. Like, so I don't like. Again, props to you, man, because I couldn't do it, bro.
The Greek government is still searching for you for illegal streaming.
Dude, they trust you there. I remember, like, when I went there, I don't know if it's different now, but like I tried betting on the fights and all the gambling websites are blocked. This is back 10, 12 years ago. Like, 5 Dimes was what I was using back then. It was like, you were not allowed restricted access. Like, the government, I mean, like, looking out the window, the government's gonna come and fucking kill me, dude. So anyways, a couple other comments. Ronda's level. Yeah, I wouldn't put Ronda there. Again, I understand why Dana did. I just wouldn't. And honestly, like, I just don't like putting women's MMA and men's MMA in the same bracket. Like, I think it should be a separate bracket. Then for women's, you'd have Ronda, right? You'd have Cyborg, you'd have Amanda Nunes, and you'd have, I guess, Valentina or Joanna, one of those two, probably, right? Would that be fair?
Yeah, I mean, I would do like a separate one. I would put definitely Joanna there. I would put Cyborg there. I would put Nunes there. Probably Ronda if I have to.
But I think Shevchenko's not a bad pick either. You know, so it's tough, especially if she wins her belt back this week, which we'll talk about in the next podcast. A couple other comments. Yeah, with Habib. I mean, he's great, but I don't think he had enough title defenses. I think he had 2, right? If I'm not mistaken, he had Poirier and Gaethje. I think, right?
I'm also not down with people saying like Khabib only fought cans, because if you look back, the how do you say that, the Alder of guy is pretty good. He fought early.
He fought who he got put in front of. Like, he beat them all.
And a lot of these guys are Sambo champions, you know. So it's not like he only beat cans. Also,
by the way, it's 3. I just checked. By the way, sorry, it's 3 title defense. I forgot the Conor fight too.
Yeah. There's also like a graphic where they put like Topuria, Khabib, and they show the first combined record first 13 fights. That's totally bullshit. That's not true. He doesn't have a great record if you look at that, but those numbers are not true. It's bullshit. I counted actually.
But I'm looking at Khabib's record, so he has wins over like 4 Hall of Famers though, right? You get Gaethje, Poirier, McGregor, and Rafael dos Anjos. So those guys will all go in the Hall of Fame. So he has 4 Hall of Fame wins. That's pretty good. I mean, there's no doubt.
Fighter, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, he's a great coach too. You know. Yeah. I just kind of wish he
even went for
longer, man.
He even went for 30-0 last Saturday night on Umar. You know,
dude, he's been retired for 4 years. That's crazy, eh?
Yeah. It's a long time.
Honestly, like if he kept fighting, he'd probably get a couple more title defenses. I will say that the division is better now, right?
Yeah.
Like you have guys like Arman and Islam. Obviously, he would never fight Islam. I'm just saying, like, some people think Islam is almost Khabib part 2. I don't know. I think maybe because similar. Well, it's hard to say who the better grappler is. Honestly, they're both amazing, but I think Islam's the better striker. Yeah, maybe, but I think Islam's the better striker, right?
Yeah, Islam is more complete. I think Khabib is still really. Khabib doesn't take risks. You know, he is like really based on that wrestling, and he doesn't take risk. And Islam doesn't give a shit. He takes risk.
I mean, I would love to have seen them fight, though. My God, that would have been a hell of a fight. All right, let's get some more comments. DJ's legendary voice, crack, heavy crack. Oh yeah, I got to meet DJ once actually at that same event. They did a press conference in Toronto. Again, this is 12. Dude, I've been covering sport for a while. Like, it feels like yesterday. There was a pre-fight press conference at Massey Hall in Toronto, and that's like a concert hall, but it was pretty cool. They had DJ, Joe B, and then Bisping and Brian Stan.
Oh,
because
Bisping was talking shit.
Bisping was talking shit.
Yeah.
But that was the original card. And then John Jones ended up fighting Vitor Belfort, I think, in the main event because the Chael Sonnen fight, or no, Dan Henderson fight fell off, and then he wouldn't fight Chael, so they fought Vitor. So that's what happened. We ended up getting this extra title fight because it was supposed to be the other fight.
You were on the call actually, right? Where Dana said,
I was.
Yeah,
I'm the one who
John
asked the
Jones
question,
going to fight Machida. Yeah,
bro, I'm the one who asked the question. I was like, hey, like, something about Greg Jackson. He said, Greg Jackson's a sport killer. It's like one of the best all-time quotes. I'm the one who asked the question, so it was pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it was a cool quote. Would you say Ronda's the second greatest? Actually, you know what? Kind of think of it, Marcel, and I could be wrong.
What?
I do think I'm the guy who asked Nick Diaz when he started talking about the Wolf tickets. I think I was the guy asking him the question, and then he started talking about Wolf tickets. I think. I have to look back, but I was at that press conference too. I don't really go to them anymore, but it's okay, man. I'm in a different spot in my life now, so it's all good. Would you say Ronda's the second greatest bantamweight of all time? I guess. I mean, I'd probably put Amanda before her, but yeah, Ronda probably second. Who else is it? Holly Holm? Is it Misha?
Shevchenko was at bantamweight, so yeah, probably. We have to give it to her.
Well, I guess Cyborg's at featherweight. Yeah. We fought better competition. DJ or Fedor? I mean, Fedor. I think.
I think Fedor too.
And I think a lot of the guys Fedor fought were like really juiced up too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and
like
also there's always like people are saying, yeah, he fought guys like Zulozinho and Matt Littman who weren't in his weight class. But it's like, guys, he also fought some really good competition at the same time, and it's really hard at heavyweight to stay undefeated for such a long time. I mean, for a long time, he only had the loss on his record because of an illegal elbow,
I know. It's crazy, right? No one even remembers that anymore. But like Crow Cop, I don't think was natural, man. I love Crow Cop, but I don't like he got caught for steroids later in his career, right? Crow Cop? I remember that fight. That was 20 years ago. That was the biggest fight in the world. Anyways, I'm
crazy. Reminiscing these fights. It's so long ago, man. I can't remember.
It feels like yesterday, man. It feels like yesterday. DJ Askren was 100% worth it. I actually agree with this guy completely. Do you guys think Usman's on roids? I think a lot of fighters are on roids. I don't want to say this guy is, but I think a lot of fighters were. By the way, Bipolar Box, he sent us a message on Twitter, and I picked what's the guy's name? Jordan Newman. Remember Marcel last week? I was like, why is this guy plus 400? And he won every round. That Aliyev guy, do you think that's a fraud check?
Depends on how good you think Newman is.
If you're minus 600 and you lose, I think that's bad, right?
I mean, that's pretty common in Bellator, right? So, I mean, yeah. But you're good pick by you, Aliyev, so, yeah.
Yeah, the thing with Islam, he did lose. That's the thing. I will say this, too. Like, John Jones, GSP, like, Jones not really lost, but he technically has one. GSP has the 2 losses. But like Anderson Silva and like Fedor, they kind of tainted their legacy at the end by staying around a bit too long and losing at the end, right? I will say that. So that's something to keep in mind because Fedor had some tough losses at the end, man. Like got beat up pretty bad.
I mean, I would almost say GSP is just the ultimate guy. He's so smart. He came back when he knew that he was going to win the middleweight title. He's so smart. The dude is smart. I'm such a good guy as well. I feel like So I mean, it's hard to come close to these goats, because all these guys want to fight in a different weight class after one title win, There's not, and see now in 2024, who are viewed as like the goats. It's actually the guys who defend the titles for like 6, 7, 8 times in the weight class. Nobody gives a shit about 2 division weight class. Yeah, maybe these younger kids, it's like, Conor, never defended the title, but he's a GOAT. No, I mean, I don't feel that way. I have nothing against Conor. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But I mean, he's not in the GOAT conversation for me,
Fair enough. Let's get a couple more content.
Daniel, why do you always feel like I disrespect DJ, man? I actually always give him respect.
I think Marcel, you're like Dana White now. You're like, hey, I'm the one defending him. That's
I never said anything bad about him.
You guys think Khabib would realistically fought next for the 30-0? Who would he have fought? At the time, I'd have to look back at who it would have been. I can't remember who it was.
Charles?
Maybe it might have been Charles. Yeah, it was probably Charles, right? They never fought. It probably would have been. I'd have to look back, but I think it might have been. Is DJ or Fedor? Not for me, not for Marcel. We both have Fedor ahead of him. Billy, what's up, man? Glad to have you here. All right, I say we get into the recap. That's kind of why we were here. We spent 20 minutes talking about
great.
This mythical Mount Rushmore discussion. All right, let's get into the recap, guys. It was fun. Okay, so UFC Vegas 97. Pretty good card. What would you give it out of 10, this card?
Oh, man, I enjoyed myself watching the card. Don't get me wrong. 7.5. No.
Yeah, I think that's about where I am, too. Like, I kind of thought, like, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but I had it rated pretty high going in, so I would say it lived up to the expectations, but it surpassed them. Just want to get this last question about Billy. He said, where you have Aldo. I mean, I would say top 10. I'd have to look at it, though. I don't have him in the top 5, but Marcel said he was like a borderline kind of top 5. All right. Let's go to the card. Picks-wise, I think you had a really good night, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Bro, I'm a fucking idiot, because I told you, we gave our picks to MMA Breaker, and I did as well. And I put Snell, and everywhere else I put Durden, and I gave him Snell. I don't know why, And then I was watching the list afterwards. I was like, why the fuck I have Snell?
Did you check your email to make sure you did?
I did send Snell. I'm an idiot.
Oh fuck! Well, it's hard to change it then when you've sent it in.
I'm an idiot. So
and then we both got the wrongs you wrong. Although Prispadilla was a live dog.
You got
well, you got Ashley. I'll give you that one. That was a good pick. I got
Fletcher. I got
Fletcher. Okay, I got Nelson wrong too. That was not a good pick in the end. So I think I went 9-3. I think you went the same 9-3.
Yeah, he started well, man. Nelson, So.
Yeah, he did, dude. I was like, oh, this is great. I'm looking like a genius right now, and then he just gets reversed and destroyed. So, overall, pretty good card. Dude, I'm pretty sure Marcel enjoyed it with that Vaseline in the background. You can see the bottle behind you. Oh, it's hidden, right? Okay, let's get into the card though. Sean Brady defeats Gilbert Burns. Unanimous decision. I thought he won every round. What'd you think?
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I saw people saying it's close. Close rounds don't have to be like. It can be close some rounds, but still, it was 50-45 to me.
Bro, it wasn't close. Look at look at the stats: 130 to 47
strike them. Yeah,
in strikes and 7-1 in takedown. So where did Burns beat him? Like, there's nowhere he won that. Nowhere. Like, I think there was one round that was kind of close. It was the third round, I think, where the one judge gave it to him.
Second or third, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it was the third. I'm looking at it. It was like the strikes were kind of similar, but that's it. Like, dude, Brady looked second. Like, he looked like the next level of Brady in this fight, right?
He looked good, man. And listen, I like Burns a lot, you know that, but I'm also happy for Brady, man. Brady's a good guy too, and he got a lot of shit over him, man, when he lost to Bilal, And I think in his mind, he was away for some time. I know he got injured, but in his mind, that was a bad loss, And then at a certain moment, he defeats Gaslam, and then he sees Bilal becomes champion. He is like, dude, this is actually not a bad loss. I had a bad day. He beat me fair and square, But I'm not the guy they are saying like, oh, he lost to Bilal, and now he's back, So it's good for him. I'm happy for the dude.
I mean, he had great performance, and with Burns, I mean, he's lost to elite guys. So I just think at 38, and I talked about this, I just think he's on the decline. But he is losing to the top guys, so I think Burns is still legitimate top 10. I think he beats a lot of guys, but he's basically a gatekeeper to the top 5 right now. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I would say I don't think he will fight for a belt anymore. I like Gilbert a lot. I think he's a great fighter. But the thing is, like, he hasn't found the switch in the Brady fight, and he also didn't find the switch. He actually did well against Jack Della Maddalena. I got to give it to him.
Well, he had 7 takedowns, right? Like, when he has the grappling advantage, he does well. Like, if you look at his last couple wins, it was against his last 3 wins were Masvidal, Magny, and Thompson, who he could out grapple. The guys he can't out grapple, he loses to.
Yeah,
this was a bad matchup for him. It really was. Anyways, Brady, huge win. Called out Ian Gary and Colby, I think, were the 2 callouts, right?
Yeah.
Both make sense. I don't think Colby will take that fight. There's a rumor now that Colby and Gary, maybe? Was that kind of, maybe that could potentially happen too? We'll see. I mean, what they do. Like, I just don't think Colby should be ranked at all at this point, like, to be honest with you, man.
I mean, there are more guys ranked who haven't fought for such a long time. I think when does Colby, the last time Colby fought was it
Masvidal or Leon Edwards?
No, he fought for a title.
Okay, so he fought less than a year ago. Yeah, he fought less than a year ago. But again, his last win, let me check. It's been a while, right? Colby's last win was Masvidal in 2022. And his win before that was like, he has no wins. His only win against anyone in the roster is RDA and Max Griffin. That's it. So I don't think he should rank so high, but he is ranked high. So these young guys have to beat him. That's what's going to have to happen. Gary Brady prediction. I would pick Brady personally, I think, but we'd have to think about it more. But I think he's really good, and I think he could get takedowns potentially. Like Michael Page was out grappling Ian Gary Marcel.
Yeah.
So Burns and Brenat, because I don't mind that at all. Brenat's not even ranked; he's underrated. I know Pot's going to go if Sean gets past Marab. Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next one, Antoine. All right, let's go to the next fight. Marcel's fight of the year. Natalia Silva defeats Jessica Andrade. Did you think it was fight of the night?
Yeah, you're gonna say it was Gabriel Santos against Yisha. I know that.
I thought so.
Yeah, I think it's okay, man. Both guys, both fights were pretty good,
Yeah.
And the UFC always prefers to give it to the higher fight, and definitely if it's women, because we have to show our wokeness. The UFC
this is their first fight of the night. I saw a stat. I think Jedi Goodman posted it. It's the first one since Carly Judice and Gabriela. Gabriel Fernandez, I think, right?
And that didn't make fucking sense in my opinion.
In June,
this was pretty
right?
good. Yeah,
it was like 3 months. So they do want to spread it out a bit, and this was a good fight. So
yeah, it was.
And obviously we both picked Natalia. We both think she's special. It's a huge win for her. I still think that Andrade at 125 is not the right weight class for her, but
it's definitely not the right weight class for her, man. It was clearly.
Yeah, she was way too small, dude. And
Natalia looked like a giant to her, man.
And there was a huge speed advantage for Natalia in this fight too.
Yeah.
She just looks so good, so complete. Natalia should, I think, fight Macy Barber next. I would do that. So, what do you think?
That or the winner of Rose against Aaron Blanchfield, because I think the winner of the upcoming fight this weekend is going to face Manon Fiorot.
Well, Manon is the backup, right? Is that correct? That's true?
Yeah, she is. And she should be, in my opinion. She deserves it. So,
to be honest, part of me wants her, one of them to get, pull out so Manon steps in the fight, because I just don't care about the third fight that much, but,
Yeah, please don't let that happen, because then we have another build-up to the third fight.
I just want you to change your picture on your Instagram again.
Yeah.
Anyways, Natalia looked great. 6 straight wins. She's phenomenal. Yeah. Andrade, again, not as great at 125, I think. So I did hear her pre-fight, I think. She said that she's having a hard time making 115, so probably is going to stick around this weight class. I don't love it for her, but, if she can't make 115, then she'll have to stay here. Next fight, Steve Garcia knocks out Kyle Nelson. 5 straight knockout wins for Steve Garcia. 6-2 in the UFC with 6 knockout wins. I mean, the guy's just an absolute monster with the striking, obviously. This fight, I know, right? Kyle Nelson, the monster. So Kyle got the takedown really quick. Steve slipped. Anyways, he got, a nice position on the ground. Good start, and then Steve reversed him and then smashed in the bits. Now, there was a strike. I think it was an elbow land to the back of the head. Kyle Nelson and his wife posted a picture on Instagram today. There's a huge welt in the back of his head. Definitely got hit in the back of the head. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome, though, man. And we've seen this many times in fights where they just ignore it. Now, it's tough. I mean, because it's pretty obvious he got hit, and he's a bald dude, too. So it's like you can see it, unlike the guy with hair. So I kind of feel like the ref fucked up there a little bit. Who's the ref? Let me check. It was Mark Smith.
Mark Smith, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird one. But at the same time, I don't think it would have changed anything. So
Adam, did you see the exact moment when it happened? I mean,
I think I did.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if Kyle was moving or not. So that's also
that's the thing. If they're moving, then they don't count it as one.
Yeah, exactly. That's also a factor. So I don't know. Listen, man, it looks it's definitely back of the head. But I also don't like this is like on the other. This is like the back of the head. It's so weird. You sometimes you don't even know what back of the head is. So I understand Kyle Nelson's frustration about that. At the same time, he was getting beat up, man, at certain moments. It was like I was waiting for the finish pretty much. And then he got that elbow, which wasn't to the back of the head, the actual elbow that got him down, I think. And then Garcia finished it. So I don't know, man. I mean, it was a good win for Garcia. I would put him against Calvin Kattar next. That's actually the Calvin Kattar was Kyle Nelson, was actually the actual fight. So it sucks for Nelson, man. He was supposed to get a top 15 guy, and he loses to a guy outside.
Yeah, but he probably would have lost to Kattar too, especially after seeing.
You wasn't sure about that last week, dude.
Well, I know, but I didn't see this fight. Now I saw it. I thought Kyle was making improvements, and I think he is. But dude, the way he wilted and turned around, just kind of turtled up and got smashed. Also, he missed weight, great. And he missed weight. We didn't even talk about that. He missed weight.
Yeah, so I was surprised because Kyle is not a guy who misses weight. He seems like a real professional, so I was surprised with that. Yeah.
It was weird. Anyways, I mean, whatever. I had the wrong pick there. It happens. All right.
Of course.
This is a great point. All the TKOs were under 1.5. So I mean, if you're betting on Garcia and under 1.5 in those same game parlays, you're making bank. The guys
you will see it goes over 1.5 next time.
I know, but seriously though, 6-2 with 6 knockouts. I mean, that's pretty impressive, man. It's fucking impressive. But I still think he's beatable, dude. I think that he can be beaten. So
you saw it against Sideshow Bob. He came back in that one, and against Mashat.
That's what I'm saying. Charlie Ontiveros was teeing off on them, right? So I do think 145 is a great weight class for him, though. Obviously, it's the right one because he's bounced around 135, 145, 155. So he found the right weight class. He got a bonus. Also getting a bonus, Cody Durden submitting Matt Schnell. Great fight here. Fun fight. First round, Matt Schnell cracked Cody Durden a couple times. Wow. I mean, I thought Matt might actually knock Durden out, but second round, Marcel, because you're thinking, why is this guy trading? He wanted to get a knockout. He thought that Schnell's chin was toast like everyone else. Second round gets the ninja, or was it guillotine choke really quick? They're calling it ninja choke, whatever. But dude, it was nasty, and he gets the bonus. Well deserved, short notice. We didn't get a chance to break it down last week, but a huge win for Cody Durden. Bounced back after that win or loss to Bruno Silva, so huge win for him.
Yeah, so I picked also Cody Durden, but I had a brain fart and I gave Schnell to Brian for some reason. Yeah, I mean, Schnell touched him up, but Durden also got some punches into Schnell. Only Schnell were better than Durden for some reason the first round. And man, it was a quick submission by Durden. Well done. He needed it. He lost 2 in a row, so now he actually moves up in the rankings because I know it was a bantamweight, but it will be counted as a flyweight fight, I think. And I think Schnell retired after the fight, right? So yeah,
he retired.
Yeah, he put his gloves in the cage and he left.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Yeah, he did.
Well,
he didn't give him an interview.
Let me check his Instagram. I don't see you posting anything. You didn't post anything.
Yeah, he took his gloves off and he left it in the middle of the cage, but they didn't give him an interview and he walked out. So,
we'll see. I mean, he's lost a couple in a row, right? He's lost, 4 straight? 3 straight. I still think he's decent, though. I mean, it's just his durability is a question, but he can finish people still, man. So, yeah, I mean, I don't blame the guy for stepping away, though. It's, you got to protect yourself. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Nice pick by you. Yanal Ashmu's 9 takedowns against Trevor Peek. I don't know why I picked Trevor Peek here. I don't know why I trusted this dude. It's just like it's the game plan's there to beat him, right? He can be taken down. His takedown defense is really bad. So, yeah, I mean, I think that Ashmu's not the most. Actually, it was a decent fight, I guess. It was okay, but I think it was more Peek making the fight exciting because he's just a fucking dog, right? He's tough as it gets, man. Like, his durability is great, but his takedown defense is bad, Marcel. It really is. It's very bad. Even in his win, his win, over Eric Gonzalez. Remember, he kept getting taken down.
Yeah.
So really, and then it's weird because he had that win over Muhammad Yahya. He was the wrestler. It was so weird.
That's not UFC material.
No, was he cut or is he still on the roster?
He's still on the roster. He lost to Corey Fernandez last time.
How is he on the roster? That guy's terrible. But anyways, yeah, Peek. I don't know. He's not great. Ashby's a smart game plan and gets the win. Marcel, nice pick.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, listen, Peek. He won his debut with those hammer fists, right? Crazy ass hammer fist. But then against Chepa Mariscal was a great fight, I remember, but Chepa looked so much better. And with Peek, the thing is with Peek, he's just a crazy dude who punches hard and goes forward, And I was like, Ashmus is a better grappler, and he can take him down. But I expected. Let's be honest, I expect a little bit more from Ashmus, if it comes to like doing damage on the ground and stuff. Yeah. But he won the fight clearly, in my opinion.
Yeah, Peek actually outstruck him, but again, 9 takedowns against, you're not going to win too many fights getting taken down 9 times. This fight was supposed to be on the main card, but they moved it to the prelims for whatever reason. And Chris Padilla gets a second straight upset win with a nasty elbow finish, doctor stoppage, his fucked up Rongji's eye. It was nasty, bro. Great elbow, nasty elbow. Padilla looked great in the UFC so far. 2 finishes. I mean, clearly the guy's he's leveled up, man. You look at his record, right? It's not that impressive, like before the UFC, man. But then you kind of take a closer look, and it's like he had a delay between. It was like 2018 and 2021. Like he didn't fight, or 2022 or something. It was like he didn't fight at all, really. So I think COVID screwed him up a little bit. But since he's come back, he's looked pretty good overall, and. Some of his losses have been close too in his career. So the guy's a dog. He's a dog too, man. He's a fun guy to watch. I kind of assume they're going to match up these 2 guys with each other. Like I think they'll do Ashmus and Padilla and Trevor Peek and Rongji. I kind of feel like they'll do that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, possible, man. It's a possible.
Although I wouldn't mind Trevor Peek and Chris Padilla. That would be a fun fight, dude.
It would be, and I'm still on the fence with Chris Padilla, dude. To be really honest, because I know 2 judges gave him the first round. I think Rongzhu won the first round, and I also felt like Rongzhu was winning the second until he got that.
I thought Wong won the first round too.
Yeah, he got that nasty elbow, and the thing is, was a beautiful finish for Padilla. Maybe I'm maybe a kind of a soft guy, but I was kind of annoyed by the corner of Padilla by really celebrating hard somebody's eye injury. It's like.
I think they were celebrating the win and not the injury.
Yeah, but they were really when you saw it on the replay that the eye was like, oh yeah, and that guy was like, come on, guys,
Bro, it was a beautiful elbow though. It was a nice technique.
It was amazing. It was amazing. But I kind of felt bad about that, But great.
Dude, it was just like a nasty elbow like this. It was so nasty.
Yeah. That's why I said maybe I'm soft, but
Anyways. Yeah, we'll see what they do with him next, but it's been exciting to watch him so far. Isaac Dogarian gets the win over Brandon Marat. I mean, this fight should never have made. This fight was, by the way, Tony Week scoring the first round 10-9 is a joke. Like, come on. That was clearly a 10-8. Marcel, I thought about doing 10-7 in the first round. Anyways, I was going to be honest with you. I was like, oh shit, is he not going to finish this fight at one point? Just like, wow, Marat's tough. Marat's pretty tough. I'll give him that, but he's not UFC caliber, I don't think, right?
Listen, by the way, Daniel, what did they say? I want to know. But I feel like this fight should have never been booked, man. No. Let's be honest. And we said to I said to you, and you agree with me.
Yeah, you were pissed about it.
No, but also I said to you during the fight, if Isaac doesn't finish this fight, it kind of looks bad on him, know.
Oh yeah.
And listen, nothing against Brandon Marat, but I'm happy he did because. He's a good fighter, man, Isaac Dogarian, and I think he got a good win. He was. I also had the feeling that he was like, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I lost my last fight. I actually, in my opinion, won. But he was like, I lost my last fight, so I need to win here. And he got it, man, and he should got to win against Maradi. I think he's a much better fighter, in my opinion.
Oh, no doubt. I think Isaac's a beast. I'm curious to see who they match him up with next.
Me too.
Because I think he's pretty good. I still think he should be undefeated, but. Next fight here, Andrade Lima gets the winner, Felipe Dos Santos. He used his wrestling, which was impressive, I think. Not the most exciting fight, probably, but nice win for him regardless. He's 3-0 now in the UFC. Flyweight has another prospect here, Marcel, with Andrade Lima.
That's fucking funny that the commentary was saying the whole damn time that Dos Santos had the grappling advantage, but Lima was better in the grappling. Fun fight. 2 guys, pretty equal, although, pretty equal if you look at it on paper before the fight, But, I think Lima won the fight pretty clearly, in my opinion, at least 2 to 3 rounds.
I did think Felipe, won the first round, right? Was it the first
most
round?
likely, yeah. It was a good fight. It was an okay fight. It was not a fight we will remember forever, but it was a good fight,
I've kind of forgotten about it already, to be honest with you. Now, the next fight, I think this was fight of the night. I'm not surprised they went to the higher ranked fight on the card, but if you missed this fight, Gabriel Santos and Yijia went to war for 3 rounds. This was an awesome fight. Gabriel Santos looked phenomenal again. Marcel, we said he was the best 0-2 fighter in the UFC. He's probably the best 1-2
fighter now. Yeah.
I love the guy. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's such a great prospect. I think going to that camp with Shoot the Box is just such a great move for him. He's training with just all sorts of killers. That team is ridiculous. The guy's a lot of fun to watch. And I got to give Yijia credit here, dude. He's tough because that front kick, that was a nasty front kick. When he dropped him in the second round, it was like Machida and Randy Couture. Not actually, it was more like Anderson and Vitor, wasn't it? Probably more like that, right? Nasty front kick, survived it. His face was busted up. Keep walking forward. Both guys had really good cardio in this fight. Actually, I would say that surprised me with Santos. I thought he would gas, and he didn't. He kept going hard for 3 rounds. So, I was really happy with this fight, man. I thought it'd be a good fight. I did, and I think you did too last week. We were saying, this is a sleeper fight on the card, and I think it was a fantastic fight. So, missed this one, guys, in the prelims. Go back and watch it. I think it was a great fight. What do you think?
Everything you need to know about Santos, you saw in his first 2 fights. He lost them, but were amazing fights what he showed,
Yeah.
And against high-level competition, definitely against Lerone Murphy, his debut actually on short notice. And I still think he won that fight, but whatever. And Yijia was actually his official debut. He was on the card, I think, last February, where Road to UFC, where he lost the final against, was it against Choi or Ali? I always forget who it is. But I thought he won that fight back then, but he lost split decision, and he went again to Road, and this time he won actually, and now he's in the UFC. I think he showed a great fight, man. But Santos, I think Santos kind of a special dude, I really like the guy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I think he's just good, man. Do you like that move for him for shoot the box?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you got guys who you got Elvis Brenner, who's around your weight class.
Who they fought before, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they did. So, but you got a lot of those smaller guys over there. You know, you got fucking Charles at 155. You know, so I mean, you cannot get any worse. Probably you only get better. So looking forward, and you got Nascimento is 125, or you got the Daniel Santos guy was also very good.
Willie Cat or whatever. Yeah,
Willie Cat, exactly. Yeah, so he's actually not blonde anymore. I saw him in the corner. Dana White Contender Series where he had black hair. I was like, oh yeah, that's Willie Cat.
Santos Delgarian would be a fun fight. I would love to see that fight because I want to see Delgarian where he's not a front runner.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Delgarian or Santos lose. Imagine Delgarian wins. That Santos is 1-3. He's way too good to be 1-3.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. I agree. Chandler Ferguson. Yeah, it was kind of similar to that. Jacqueline and Marin gets the win. Submission over Vanessa Demopoulos, who cried about the fingers being stuck in the glove. The ref for this fight was Chris Tione. Let me double check. Jacob Montalvo. We both fucked up. Yeah, I mean, I saw the pictures online. It did look like maybe the finger was in the glove. I don't know. I think you have to keep fighting through that. You can't complain and then, cry after. Like, they're never going to overturn that. They could do it like later on if they appeal and have the video evidence, but even then, like, they did take a look at the video and they didn't do anything. So this won't get overturned. This is a submission win for Jacqueline. I'll be honest, Marcel, even if she didn't get the submission, she was still dominating the fight, dude. Like, she had all the strong positions on the ground. It's exactly what we thought would happen. So Jacqueline gets the win. I know you're not a huge fan of Demopoulos, and you're probably like telling her to shut up when you're watching your TV, but
listen, man, I watched it back. The complaining is legit, in my opinion. At the same time, I don't have really much compassion. She robbed like 3 or 4 girls, so I mean, that was not her fault. It's just the judge's fault. You know what I mean? So it's nothing on her.
Do you have more compassion for the girls that got like Murata who got robbed against her?
Yeah.
Who hasn't fought since then? I don't think she.
I mean, fucking Murata got cut.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She got cut.
I think she got cut. Yeah, she actually got cut.
She should have won that. I mean, that was crazy. It was unanimous decision. I remember that.
I think Jinju Fry also got cut after she lost to her, and I think she won. I know you don't
no
agree with that one,
Marcel.
So it's like, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't mind. You know, Amorim did very well. I'm happy for you, Adam. Yeah, she won.
I like the girl. I mean, she's good. You know, she's a good fighter.
Oh, she is.
She's good looking too. I think she's marketable. You know, I think she's someone that they can potentially build as a prospect in this division.
And she has a specialty. You know, she's Brazilian.
She's nasty with their arm bars. Are nasty. Yeah. Her ground game is very good. 3-1 now in the UFC. I guess at top 50. I mean, it's weird because she lost to Sam Hughes, right? It was last year, but since then
she got gas. She was gassed in that fight, right?
Would you give her a top 15 opponent though, or would you keep building her slow?
I mean, why not against Karolina Kowalkiewicz?
Yeah, that's a good fight. I think she probably wins that fight. Mm-hmm. So, all right. This fight, not much to say about this one. Andrade Petroski defeats Dylan Budka. I mean, we both called it. This would be a shit fight. It turned out to be a shit fight. This fight sucked. I don't blame Petroski. He did what he had to do, right? It'd be nice to see him go for more like, because his fight with Josh Friend was also very bad, to watch. So he doesn't really take risks. I mean, I don't blame the guy. It's his job. He's got his win bonus. That's the problem with the win show, right? Is that like they don't take risks sometimes. I think Marcel. But Budka missing weight, looking horrible on the scale. The fact he even fought is kind of a miracle. I think Budka should be cut though. I think he's just not UFC level. What do you think?
Listen, man, I have nothing against Dylan Budka, but let's be really honest. Why did he get even a contract, in the Contender Series? He got in a really awful fight against Chad Hanekom, and he won that fight that was on super short notice. And that was Dana was like, yeah, it was on super short notice. I want to see you, but you go down to 185. He did. Almeida, he tried to hold him down for 1 round, got gassed, lost the fight, TKO or KO in 2nd round. And now this one. I mean, every time Petroski got him down, it was over, every round. So, I don't see why they should keep him around, but we'll see. And definitely not with the weight miss. The weight miss makes it even worse, probably,
Petroski thinks he was acting on the scale because he's like, how did he recover so quick? Maybe there's something to that, possibly.
I can't say, but it's possible.
This is weird. It was weird. Anyways, last fight, or first fight, I should say. Nathan Fletcher defeats Zico Montes Ramoska. Ramoska had that nasty reverse triangle at one point, although it was more like a crossface on the face where You're just hurting the guy. You were laughing about it. I can't remember what you said. It was kind of funny. Whatever you had said. I don't know. It was funny. The comment you made, something about the face.
Okay, I don't know. I remember.
Something in the chat. But anyways, yeah, Fletcher gets the win in the second round. Do you think Zigomontes gets another fight? Or would they just cut him after the one?
I actually thought he won the first round. Many people
I did
say
too.
Fletcher
I'll give
won.
you that, right? Yeah, I'll say that.
Many people say Fletcher won, but I think Fletcher only won the last 50 seconds or something. He was better there. But maybe one more. Ramoska is a pretty fun fighter to watch, but he looked bad, man, in the second round. Fletcher was still fresh and he put him away. So
yeah,
I don't know what they're going to do. It's actually, I already think they give him an opportunity here to show what he had in the UFC. And if you look at Fletcher, listen, man, Fletcher might have been lucky as well, because he was already eliminated in the quarterfinals. Of the Ultimate Fighter. And
that's what I'm saying. Remember that guy Tyler?
He got the connection.
Diamond? Remember him, Tyler Diamond? He fought once at the UFC and they cut him. They do that sometimes with these tough guys. They don't. These guys, they didn't even make the finals.
Giorgianetti.
Yeah, and him too. I just don't think these guys like Fletcher. I think he'll probably get 2 more fights. Or probably 3 more. He'll probably get his 4 fights. But I think Gigomontes maybe 1 more, man. But I just think when you shouldn't even kind of be like you didn't make it through the house. I don't know if he should be in the roster. Give him one more, Marcel. He could fight.
He wasn't the semis, Ramoska. So
let him fight Brendan Marat. How about that fight? Would you do that one?
I mean, why not?
Who wins? Probably your boy,
Ramoska. Yeah,
probably.
My boy, by the way. I think Ramoska.
Does Brendan Marat beat anyone on the roster?
I mean, I don't know who. I already said let him fight Jarno Aarons, let him fight my guy.
Did they cut Jarno?
No, he still doesn't know. So
he still doesn't know. That means they probably cut him. I'm just kidding. Who knows? Hopefully Jarno gets 1 more. I'm just gonna look at featherweight because I want to see who they could give to Marat.
Dennis Buzukia, but I think he loses to him as well. So
there might be someone that's worse though. Hold on.
Conor Matthews.
Who?
Conor Matthews.
Could do him. Stephen Wynn. Oh, there's a few other guys. Manolo Zacchini, that guy.
Oh yeah, the Italian. Yeah.
Luis Puello. All these guys are 0-1. Even you know what? They'll probably do him and Offley. They could do that fight. The guy who lost in the finals. I just don't know. Like, I think what's the point of the show if you lose, like you get destroyed? Why are you in the UFC? Like, it's not like it was Stephan Bonner back in the day when it was like he had a war with Forrest and they're like, okay, you're both getting contract.
Remember back in the day, man, when almost everybody from Tough got signed in the UFC, man.
Yeah, but they were a lot of guys from Tough that weren't good in the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that's
Matt
true.
Brown ended up being one of the best fighters probably ever.
Remember that dude who I think it was Jeremy May who was pissing off Matt Brown in the house, and then Matt Brown kicked him in the head so hard during the fight.
I remember. I wonder what they're going to do for the next Tough. I wouldn't mind like a comeback season again. That was kind of cool. I thought when they did the comeback, but
yeah, I liked it as well. By the way, Matt Brown is the kind of guy you get like.
How
do you say that? I really love Matt Brown, but he's the kind of guy. If you piss him off, man, you better hide. I think.
Yeah. By the way, AJ Cunningham, that would be that fight makes sense too. Amarim Stoliarenko, yeah, both armbar specialists, but I feel like Amarim's ranked top ahead now. Burns Morales would be decent. I wouldn't mind that. Isaac and Austin Bash would be crazy. Yeah, that would be good, but I don't think they're going to give Bashy Isaac Dolgarian his debut.
They're going to build up Bashy.
Yeah, Fletcher. Oh, he's going to bantamweight? Okay. Well, that makes sense because they're in the show, they usually fight a higher division and then they drop down. All right, let's go to the next card, Marcel. Let's talk about Bellator really quick, because I watched the main card. It's hard to focus on both. I did watch the main card. Let's just really quickly run through it. Usman Nurmagomedov, he gets the win, improves to another undefeated record. I think he's 16-0, I think, right? Something like that. So obviously he's quite good. Yeah, 18-0, sorry. Defeats Alexander Shabliy. It's too based on the UFC because I honestly feel like he would be top 10 right now, right? Easily. Yeah. Maybe top 5. I mean, he's very good. So I feel like he got ripped off because he should have won $1 million and he didn't get it. He got 100,000. It's kind of fucking bullshit. They got rid of the $1 million prize. I think they guys.
Your issues.
Lauren Working, who I've loved forever. Pardon?
Your video is stagnating. I can't hear you.
Is it? All right, 1 second, guys. Let's see what I can do here. Hopefully it's a little better now. It's because I keep opening windows. I got all my Andrade tabs in the background, right? So sorry. Okay. Lorenz Larkin, dude, awesome knockout.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked Lorenz Larkin.
I know.
I know, but I feel like even though he's 38, I still think he could do damage in the UFC. I think his striking is some of the best in the division. Now he's supposed to get a title shot, but he has no contract, no fights left on his contract. Do you think he resigns, or do you think he goes somewhere else?
We don't sign people normally over 35. I mean, he can go back to the UFC in my opinion, but I don't think the UFC wants to have him.
They won't pay him. He's making $100,000 to fight in Bellator flat, so they're not going to pay him that either. Not that he's not worth it. I think he's worth it. But yeah, who wins though? Ramazan Kurmagomedov or Lorenz Larkin? Who would you favor?
Yeah, I know you're going to say Lorenz Larkin, but I think
Ramazan probably out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I think as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would he take that fight? This is about as much leverage as he'll ever have in his career. He should try to get into a tournament in PFL. I'm not really sure why he wasn't even in their tournament. Right?
I have no idea, dude. The whole PFL Bellator kind of thing kind of weird.
It's so weird, dude. It's weird.
Also, that upcoming card next week. I couldn't care less. I'm sorry. I have nothing against Bellator.
We're gonna talk about for like 2 minutes later on. But
no, we don't.
Okay. Aaron Jeffrey defeats Douglas Silva. Boring fight. I mean, I'm glad the Canadian won, but yeah, not exciting. Samiko Inaba had a really good performance here against Mackenzie Stiller. Fun fight. I know you like Samiko. I mean, one of the better smiles in MMA, right? When you say.
I mean, listen, man. I have nothing against the girl, but I feel like she gets a lot of gimme fights all the time because she looks good. You know, that's pretty much what I think. And the one time she really got a tough opponent, in Denise Kilot, she lost. You know, she got a good win over Vita Arteaga. I'm not going to take that away from her, but yeah. I don't really. I'm not really high on her at all. I don't know why you called her my girl, but.
No, I don't know why either. This Georgian guy, right? Avzarian defeats Medeiros.
Oh, the other guy, yeah.
Why did they even do this fight? Like, why give him? Or sorry, it's Armenian. I don't know why I said Georgian. My bad. I should have known. He's got the same last name as the guys from System of a Down, right? Marcel, I should have known better. Yeah, I mean, why? Why would they give Yancey a wrestler? Give him a striker, let him bang, bro. Come on, stupid. Jordan Newman called that prediction plus 400 dog, so I called that one. This Kakuri guy defeats Torado. Bryce Meredith undefeated 7-0. Josh Hoffman gets the win.
He fought the guy who hasn't fought for 8 years or something. Or what was that?
I know. Some of these mismatches are a joke. Did you see the salaries?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so there was like Usman made 100,000, Lorenz Larkin made 100,000, Jeffrey made 60. But then you look at some of the other ones, like Medeiros is on 25 and 25 deal, which is like reasonable, I think. But then you look at some of the guys in the prelims, Marcel. Sean Rose was like 2,000 and 2,000.
Okay.
And Ashley Theiner, I think, Theiner, whatever you pronounce it, 2,000 and 2,000 as well. So, yeah, I mean, for a major promotion paying these fighters $2,000 to get brain damage is kind of crazy to me. Not saying they did in this fights, but
what's her name? Ashley
Theiner or Thinner, whatever her name is. The girl in the first fight.
They got her from Tinder. Okay.
I know. I didn't watch the fight, so I can't say.
No idea. I'm just kidding, man.
No worries. I didn't watch it. Like I said, I only watched the main card. But yeah, let's go to the
Contender Series.
To Contender. Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. So we're gonna recap this card. Dana went contract crazy, Marcel, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. It's crazy. Like dude, this fight with the girl Duran is so long ago now. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's almost a week ago.
I know. It feels like it was so long ago. Let me pull it up 1 second. Gotta find the page on Tapology. They don't make it easy to find. Here we go. Third. Okay, I got it. All right. So 5 contracts. I'll just go through them one by one. We'll start with the first fight. Work our way up. Quillen Salkilid defeats Gage Young. Fun fight, Marcel. Right? Fun fight here.
You guys were fucking drooling over that fight.
I like the fight. I didn't mind it at all. I know you didn't like the fight. I actually think both guys are pretty talented, man, to be honest with you. Yeah, Quillen gets the deal. I think Gage Young will be one of those short notice kind of call-ups. What do you think?
Yeah, probably he will be on the short list. Yeah, I think. Listen, man, Quillen Salkilid won the third round, and he won 29-28 in my opinion.
Yeah, second round, I think Young won, right? Was it second? I think
I can't remember anymore correctly. I was just not. It felt for me. You guys were really impressed. For me, it felt like a typical UFC Apex prelim. But yeah, I mean, I had no problem with the fight, but yeah, it wasn't spectacular to me at all, to be real honest. But all good, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, next fight here, biggest upset in Contender Series history. Eunice Dubin gets the knockout win over Shane Clark. I mean, it was pretty amazing. I gotta say, like,
yeah.
I literally kind of jumped out of my chair a little bit. I don't know if you did, but I actually kind of did. Did you get that reaction too?
No, I cannot give the people an earthquake here on 2 a.m. So I'm not gonna do that.
No, I was watching and I'm like, damn. I'm like, Clark's getting lit up. What is she doing? Like,
I expected that the moment she got hit the first time, you know, I expected that she was going to get knocked out. I actually
said on the fighting like this.
I said in the Discord that it was a possibility, man. Actually, you know, I wasn't sure.
Once the fight started, you kind of felt like the wrong fighter was favored. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But literally, when she knocked her out, I went like this and I kind of jumped in my chair because you know what, man, it was a nasty knockout. It was incredible. There's no doubt about it. It was amazing. There's nothing to overrate here. I mean, this girl was a plus 1,000 underdog and had one of the best knockouts of the year. You don't really see girls at 125 get one punch knockouts like that where they lay the opponent out flat. It was pretty incredible. It's a great story. I mean, she had no money in her bank account. She had no food in her fridge, apparently. The UFC had to buy her food. Did you hear that, Marcel? That story Dane was saying?
I heard it. Yeah, definitely.
Dude, it's a great story. I mean, I think that UFC, I mean, and Dana, obviously, you saw the money signs in his eyeballs. You saw the the little money signs. He had like a little emoji guy with the tongue sticking out with the money. It's just hard to know how, because even Dana's like, yeah, we don't even know how good she is. Like, we didn't see her stop a takedown. We didn't see like her cardio, nothing, right? But I mean, from the if you're running an MMA promotion, you get this kind of like prospect out of nowhere. You need to be smart with her. They should not rush this girl. They should build her up slow. I don't want to see her in the Apex, though. I think she needs a crowd. I think you do her on the prelims of. Dude, I think why not put her in New York? Put her on the prelims. Is that too crazy to think?
Let's be honest, man. They're going to match her probably against a girl like Marnik Man or something, you know.
And they should. They should give her someone that's not that good, that she can style on, that she can knock out or submit. I think you got to do it in front of a crowd. So I think either that or maybe the Las Vegas card in December. You know, I think that you have to give her a crowd, though. I think this girl could be special, but again, it's really hard to know. It's hard to say, right? I will say this. You kind of were saying, like, this girl could be good, right? You last week, you were saying, like, she got some potential, right?
I said she could knock her out, but if you look at it from the UFC perspective, where she's going to go, I don't really think she's going to go, like, top 15 or whatever, you know, what Dana maybe now thinks, you know?
Most likely not, but again, there's some stuff to think about. Like, she had missed 3 years. They were talking about, like, her coach was abusing her or something. She had to find a new gym. It's a crazy story, man. And again, she's someone that hasn't really had probably the right training and the right nutrition. So I think there's a lot of untapped potential here. But again, it's just hard to really know. It could have been a flash in the pan. We've seen these kind of like someone gets a crazy knockout and then their career is not very good. But I don't know. I kind of feel like in these women's divisions, it's a little different than the men's divisions. Like I feel like there's more opportunity too. So yeah, I mean, again, put Shane Clark in your parlay. You were shitting your pants the second she started getting hit. Let's get a couple comments here. There's 5K show and no change sponsorship. Dana started giving out these little bonuses. I think he gave. Who was they giving the bonus to last week? Was it what's the guy's name? Bogdan Grad, right? That was the fight. He gave
I guess Michael Aswell.
Yeah, 5,000 each or something. Fully convinced round betting. Yeah, I mean it's worked out, right? Johnny the Greek, by the way, Marcel, he had a big week. Johnny had a couple underdogs. We'll talk about the other fights in a sec. Yeah, the head movement was pathetic. I mean, by Clark, it was a horrible performance. There's no doubt. That's the other thing. It's like, it was horrible. You know, like, what if she fights someone that actually moves her head and doesn't rush forward like an idiot? So, Clark was minus 1,800. She's not, by the way, Marcel, the UFC's, why would they give her another fight contender? Her UFC dreams are done, wouldn't you say?
I would think so, but I think Maynard really likes her. He was super shocked. I don't know.
Tyler, what's up, man? Glad to have him here, dude. Tyler hasn't been in the comments in a while, or the live chat, I should say, but we appreciate having you here, man. Hope your bowling's going well as well, Tyler. Tyler's a really good bowler, Marcel. So, Austin Bashi gets the win over Dorian Ramos. I'll say this: when Dana was reading the contracts, like at the end,
bro,
I thought they were passing on him. Didn't you?
Yeah, dude, I would be so upset if they did that, because he's the best talent that was on the show last week, and I don't give a shit that somebody got a better finish, which she got, obviously, and she deserved the contract. Bashi was by far the best guy.
He's a great prospect, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest though. I thought he would get the finish a little sooner, right? But let me say this: if he didn't finish the fight, if he just won a decision, would Dana have passed?
Yeah, probably. And he would be stupid if he did. If I was PFL, I immediately went to him if Dana passed on him.
Yeah, but he got a contract. He'll be in the UFC. I think he's gonna have a good career. I think he's good.
I'm sure.
The guy, I can't remember who was in the comments. They mentioned Bulgarian and him. I think they could meet one day. They're both kind of similar type grapplers. Bulgarian's more aggressive though. I'd like to see Bashi be a little more aggressive. I think he could have got the finish sooner, but eventually got it and stopped the fight. Good for him. Jordan Santos gets a huge upset here over Will Curry, Marcel. The guy looked really good. I thought really good striking. Trains with the Bonfim brothers. Will Curry had another guy that I don't think they'll bring back to contender. I think that's a one and done.
Will Curry had that more often in Cage Warriors, dude. He had that against Stanton last time. He had that actually in the win. I don't know against who that was anymore. He also lost twice to Christian Leroy Duncan, but I don't see that as a really bad loss back then. But he also had in the win that he had to come back, and he looked really bad in the first or second round, But Curry had it often, actually, So there was, but the thing with Jordan Santos was he hadn't fought for a long time, so I wasn't sure about that one. So yeah, I mean, good for Jordan Santos, man. I'm happy for the dude. He got an opportunity.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then, would you give him a contract? I would have.
Jordan Santos, yeah, okay, I have no problem with it. I have more problem with
this guy though. What do you think with this guy, Suck Young? Oh my god,
you almost did what I know. What Brother Fitzgerald did.
Suck Young Ko. Yeah. Oh man, what he said was.
He actually said it.
I know.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Anyways, listen, I know he's a huge underdog, but this fight was boring, dude. I wouldn't have signed the guy. Would you have?
Nah, man, this was like Cavalcanti had all first round finishes, and it was pretty obvious that he also had only gas for one round, And the Sakyanko guy, he was like, he won the second and the third round.
How do you say his name? How do you say it?
I would say Sakyanko, I say.
Say it faster.
Sakyanko. Okay. You want to hear me say "suck your cock"? There you go. So, yeah, that's like what Brady Fitzgerald said when he introduced him to the front.
The internet doesn't forget, Brady. The internet doesn't forget. It's a hard game. It's a tough way. He's probably going to be like, I hope John Hannick has to do his next fight.
No, he was probably on the side. Don't say this. Don't say this. Don't say this. Say it right. Don't say. And then he's not saying it.
I feel like this guy was just lucky he was on this card because Dana obviously had a, he had a smile on his face the whole rest of the night after the Duran knockout.
Yeah, so also the presser was bad, dude. There was no in comparison to last time. I mean, there was no spectacle, man.
No, nothing. I wouldn't have signed this guy. Why did they sign this guy?
Probably because they wanted to have an Asian, the first Korean, to get signed from the Dana White Contender Series. I really liked him. I don't know, man. But, I mean...
Like I said, a top style matchup, I guess, because this other guy is like crazy knockout artist. Right?
I would have gave 3 contracts, man. I would give it to Dubin, to Bashi, and to Jordan Santos. That would have been my 3. I know you would give 4, but
yeah, I think I would have taken Colin.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyways, overall, I mean, it's a pretty good card. Yeah. I think that's going to be it for this first podcast, though. I think we should probably end it. And then what are we at time-wise? 103, yeah. Oh, let's get this comment. Oh, there's a few comments. Let me get a few.
Sure.
Do better than JJ Aldrich? They could, but I kind of feel like there's worse. Like, why would they? You know what? I wouldn't do that fight, actually, Colostrum. Would you do that? Because I think JJ's the kind of fighter that, yeah, she probably wins, but she could also make her look like bad, kind of, if she doesn't finish her early, right? You think?
Like I said, man, I don't see many girls for Dubin right now in the U.S.
Okay, I have the fight. I have it. I have the fight.
No, go ahead.
Dubin versus Victoria Leonardo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they should. Put that in New York, put in the first fight of the night, let her get another nasty knockout, and get her going. in her career. Dubin, Shannon Bannon.
Bannon is 115, right? Not 125.
Bashi got Khabib wrestling in Merab Cardo. Dude, he looks good. I mean, there's no doubt. Bashi looks like Raul Rosas with neural genetics. Oh man, Bashi's Iraqi. He's Iraqi. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Did you see Gilbert Burns at the media day? What he said about Raul Rosas Jr.
What do you say?
He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm good with pretty much every fighter, and I have a podcast with Renato Moicano, and he's a character. Oh, yeah. He says just what he says. He's like, that's the fucking ugliest dude I ever seen. And it's like, no, I wanted to have him on my podcast, and now I cannot ask him anymore.
That's funny. Would you guys rate the fight nights? Which one, the Contender or UFC card? We both gave UFC like 7.5. Contender, I mean, hard to say 3, 4. It's hard to say because I think I would have given out a few deals, but I don't think it was like, other than the nasty knockout, I don't think it was like the most exciting card of all time, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Finney didn't get signed, but he's getting another fight. Dana was in such a shit mood. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? The Finney
2
fight.
Weeks ago. When the Marab cut was there.
That's what it was. The same night. He was in a fucking bad mood. Kevin Aioli was arguing with him?
Yeah, with Jones.
He was in the worst fucking mood of all time. Dude, I mean, hey, you're in the UFC. You got to fight who's put in front of you. Victoria Leonardo just fought the Joker. Now she's probably gonna have to fight. What's Duben's nickname? Does she have one?
I don't think so. She got some good pictures on Instagram. I know that, but let me.
You told me that last week. I wasn't sure, and then obviously you were right. So, Bashi's voice is very crazy high, dude. I almost felt like, is this guy really 22 years old? Like, I almost feel like he was like 14 years old myself. Bashi, yeah.
She doesn't have a nickname. Okay. Yeah. Did you, by the way, see the nickname of Cody Durden?
It's like
custom made. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it custom made mouth guard or something? It's something. It should have been in the arena inside Apex Construction. Marcel, they're working on it. But they're going to do shows in the Apex next year. They're not stopping.
Yeah, in January already.
Yeah. 2 cards or something? 2 cards,
yeah,
is that right?
2 cards, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Vanessa,
they're never going away from the Apex, are they? They never are they?
Vanessa Demopoulos will appeal her loss to Jacqueline.
She's going to lose her appeal like they always do, dude. I'd be shocked if that got overturned. Yeah. I'd be shocked if that got overturned.
Me too.
You guys think Connor will come back? No. Grant's being 68%. Oh, the picking percentage? I appreciate that, man. 9-3 is, what is that? 75%. So actually went up a little bit. There we go. Right away. 9, it's not 75, is it? Let me check. 9-12 is. Oh, it's 75. There we go. My math's not horrible. 3-4. I went up a little bit. True with that, man. Dugan should drop. If she could drop, she should do it. Bashi, Musasi, Darius, Persian Heritage. There you go. Yeah, Suarez is supposed to be fighting someone very good. I'll just say that. 68% of picking fights this year. All the fights. What did I kill your hope with? Which fight? O'Connor? I don't think he fights again, dude. I've been saying this for like 2 years. I don't think he fights again, Marcel. Do you?
Oh, McGregor or Matthews?
Connor Matthews probably fights before McGregor.
Yeah.
Do you think Conor McGregor ever fights again in the UFC?
I really don't give a shit, to be really honest. I'm completely over that. I already, like, he was supposed to fight Hashiko last year. He also doesn't, and Chandler keeps waiting. It's like, go ahead, man, with your career. Don't wait for him. Listen, man, if Conor doesn't fight next year, what you going to do? Wait another year? I can understand that he wants to make the money, Chandler, but he's losing money now, man, with not fighting,
Yeah, no, I agree. All right. 68% of the time is right every time. Yeah. You know that movie, Marcel? Anchorman? You seen that one?
No.
You ever seen Anchorman?
No.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, no.
With Will Ferrell, Anchorman?
Oh, that one. Yeah. I know the movie, but I'm not really a big Will Ferrell guy.
Okay. Will Ferrell's hilarious, dude. You gotta watch. You seen Old School?
No, I'm not really a big Will Ferrell guy.
My God.
I'm sorry.
I think I need new co-hosts for the podcast, guys.
You go ahead.
Oh, shut up. Old School is one of my favorite ones. Look at this. Zach's going after you. Zach's going to take your spot in the podcast.
Hey, Zach, look at this. Suck my bad apple.
I'm going to send Zach the link for the UFC 306 preview. You can go screw off, Marcel. Go sit there, watch the movie, and come back tomorrow. Grappling exchange between Suarez and Whaley. I don't know. I'm just going to say this. I can't see who she's fighting. I don't know if that fight's happening, dude. It might not happen. We'll say that. I don't know where Whaley is. Where the hell is she? I thought she'd be the co-main event. It would be announced from that card.
Probably in China. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe that fight happens though, because it should be Suarez Whaley co-main event New York, right? Would you agree with that? It should be.
I would love to see it. Yeah, you know that for a long time.
Funny times. All right, let's end this podcast here, guys. 109. Went a little bit over. That's okay. We're gonna do the UFC 306 preview. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna tweet it out. I'm excited to talk about that card, man. It's only 10 fights, but we'll go through them one by one. Dude, the best fucking movie. Marcel, you need to watch Old School. Literally one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so funny. Semi-Pro is another good one. All those old ones are great. Like, I saw this interview with Vince Vaughn. You know Vince Vaughn, right? The actor?
Who's that? I'm just
Vince
kidding.
Vaughn.
I know Vince
Okay,
Vaughn.
okay.
I saw the film Dodgeball with Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn.
Vernon Jander, is that announced? Vernon and Tatiana, is that announced?
No.
Okay. With what was the movie called? I'm saying, Vince Vaughn. I saw an interview with him recently, guys, where he said like they can't make movies like they did in the 2000s, like Superbad, 4-Year-Old Virgin, American Pie, these movies, because the world's so fucking like conservative now.
That's because of those woke cunts, you know. That's why
they can't make movies like they can't joke around about. They were joking around. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get fucking canceled.
I don't give a shit. Cancel.
It's because of cancel culture, whatever they call it. So it's stupid. But anyways, let me end this show, guys, and we'll start the new podcast, and we'll do UFC 306 previews. Give me a few minutes. I'll tweet it out. Just stay patient. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Thanks.